Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep, and some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good morning, and welcome to the At a Glance program from wherever you are joining in from on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Good morning, and welcome to the shipwreck governance of our country. Aren't we tired? The whole of we tired of wholeness, but wholeness don't tire that way. The whole of we tired of wholeness, but wholeness certainly isn't tired of his grip on power. But before we go to our national issues in Jamaica. Let's look at a little international fracas in the Middle East. You would be aware by now that the Bashar al-Assad regime fell 10 days ago. Many people would say Bashar is a dictator and ought to have been toppled long ago. One would ask the question though, was that the best thing for the life of the nation of the country, Syria? No sooner has Bashar left, the blood-sucking Israeli and the blood-sucking Americans move in and start to attack Syria, a country they are not in conflict with. The Americans and the Israeli have destroyed the rest of Assad army that the rebels would have inherited and form a new governance of Syria. One of the bombs dropped by Netanyahu was so powerful it triggered an earthquake. This time, Russia was bound up in its own self-interest, so couldn't have given the support to Bashir in order to prevent the fall as he did when Bashir was last toppled. But what this suggests from what is going on, Syria is going to be breaking up in many different fractions because the Turks have an issue with their side in the north where the Kurds and the Turks don't get on. They see them as terrorists. The Kurds are supported by the Americans because the Kurds help the Americans to fight Al-Qaeda and ISIS. So it is a situation where Syria may split between the Kurds. Israel want their peace because they're coming in more on the Golan Heights. America control, I think, down in the south where their military base are. The broader question, though, could this be destroying Syria, which kind of is a buffer between Israel and Iran? Could it be that this is paving the way for Israel and America attack on the Iran regime? Let's see how World War III developed, because the Western media is not telling you, but Israel is on a tirade. They have decimated Gaza. They have killed thousands in Lebanon. Now they have moved on to Syria. As soon as Bashar fell, Israel moved in and just start dropping bombs for no reason other than I'm protecting my security. I do not want Bashir weapons to fall into the hands of the rebel groups who took down Bashir. So let's see how World War III developed around us. Morning, everybody. How do you welcome? Jason Kane, Karen, Wagwan, Bro, Marcia Thomas, RJ, Michael Nepper, Sunshine, Rosemary Samuels, Sharon Bernard, Miranda Raddock, Monica Hawthorne. Morning, everybody. Morning. Like and share the live, please. Bros, good morning. Sandra Ellis, good morning. Joe Daly, good morning. Beat and teach, wagwan. Right, let's come back home to the depressing state of Jamaica. Brenda Elson, Raymond G. Let's turn to Jamaica, the depressing sight in is that we have to contend with on a day-to-day basis. Now, we're all aware of Barbara Gayle's murder. There are two images circulating on Facebook, Pink Wall, Fiona Barney. There's two video clips that I'm going to bring to you. One, the first one, it seemed was captured from a Ring doorbell with Miss Gayle interaction with the suspect on the screen next to her, Marcia Gray. As well as the other seemed to be a CCTV footage of the same person moving away. I cannot correlate the two timings together, but let's watch and see. The police are investigating. We hope they bring some very quick resolve and have somebody in custody very soon.
Jesus asked him, said, who do you say that I am? I said, I said, oh, you're one of the prophets. Jesus asked him, said, who do you say that I am? Come here, John the Baptist. They said, oh, come here, John the Baptist. And Jesus asked him again. I said, Matthew 16. Jesus asked him, said, who do you say that I am? And they said, oh, you're one of the prophets. One come to your Jeremiah, come to your Isaiah, come to your John the Baptist. And Jesus asked him again.
My appeal to this young man would be, if you have nothing to do with the death of Miss Gayle, then you should want to, let me play it from a different angle because I think I got my screen recording horrible mix up. There was over audio in there. Just bear with me. Bear with me. Let me bring this in on screen share. That's it. That's you. Hold on, my peeps. If you have nothing to do with the death, the murder of Miss Gayle, then you should visit the police and clear yourself.
Jesus asked him, said, who do you say that I am? And they said, oh, you're one of the prophets. One come to your Jeremiah, come to your Isaiah, come to your John the Baptist. And Jesus asked him again. you say that I am? And they said, oh, you're one of the couple. Or something else, and something I something else on the back. And Jesus asked them again. What is it doing? Jesus asked him, said, who do you say that I am? And they said, oh, you're one of the couple. Or something else, and something I something else on the back. And Jesus asked them again.
So there you see the young man who was sitting to the left of Miss Gayle is the same young man that's walking away on the CCTV. So if you have nothing to do with Miss Gayle's murder, then you should go to the police and clear your name, because you would be one of the known last person to have seen or have interaction with Barbara Gayle. So if you have nothing to do with Miss Gayle's murder, then you should go and speak to the police, present your alibi and whereabouts after leaving Miss Gayle's residence. Nobody not safe in a Jamaica anymore. One at a time.
What is it doing? Jesus asked him, said, who do you say that I am? And they said, oh, you're one of the couple. Or something else, and something I something else on the back. And Jesus asked him again.
Action would have been from the Ring doorbell, as you can see there. He's sitting to the left. Miss Gayle is to the right. And then you look at him in the same color t-shirt, look at the head shape and all that. And him walking away. Screenshot that for me, please. One of you screenshot that for me. So if this young man has nothing to do with Barbara Gayle's murder, then he should visit the police, give his alibi, and clear his name. You are the last known person that we can say have interaction with her. So I hope the police do them swift investigation, because things are really, really getting out of hand. I feel it is now wise to use CCTV in household, because The police don't seem to have a clue what is happening. Yes, having a CCTV on a ring doorbell. Them leave evidence. Sometime if you live in a certain community, wanna know say bad man or gangsters are gonna harass on over on a camera because we've seen evidence of that behavior before. Don't need to have a secret camera installed where people cannot visible see that you have a camera there. But we have to protect ourselves at all costs. Or if we cannot protect ourselves from these rogues, because we're not even safe in our home, you know. If we cannot protect ourselves from these rogues, then at least make we have some little mechanism to leave evidence behind. So the same murderer doesn't keep going around rob and murder and get away with it all over. The other thing is, what could be the motive? Could it be a robbery? Is it a hit? Could someone have put out a hit on Miss Gayle? One have to ask all those questions because when police are investigate, them have to follow every lead. They have to think of things when me and you may not think of what could be the possibility of what has unfolded. Let me hold on, let me check this video. Okay, another shooting incident happened yesterday as well. A Jamaican returning, I think, from Panama. And on the way from airport, Jamaica, none of we not safe, you know. And when me say we don't safe, me means that we don't safe. Because, and this is why Jamaica people, we must move in silence. Move in silence. The only somebody can set me up if me I go to Jamaica is the person who come at airport come pick me up. That's the only person can set me up if me I go to Jamaica. The person who will come pick me up. A Dick, Tom, Harry, and Gwen and everybody will not be privy to that information. Anybody that go set me up is the driver that's coming to pick me up. Because him won't be aware until hours before. So if me I get set up, I'm a driver pick me up. I'm a driver where pick me up. And every Dick, Tom, and Harry, I go know say, me I land today, me I land on this flight, me I land at this XY time. No. This is, you know, you can the certain graphics image for long, so I don't know what is happening, but the crime rate, they say, is ever so falling. The crime rate is falling, they say. But every time we take up with phone and we look upon it, a plethora of more disturbing image. Murder here, murder there. Multiple victim violent incident here, there, and everywhere. But crime is going down. The people are not feeling safer though, are they? Let's listen to the investigators who are investigating Barbara Gayle's murder.
I can confirm that retired journalist Barbara Gayle was today found dead in her house. What we're getting so far, she was last seen sometime after 3 yesterday, having a conversation with an unknown gentleman. Sometimes this morning, sometime after 10, residents who are used to a routine coming out in the mornings to check on them and to call to them, they never saw that usual activity, and so some residents went to check on her where the lifeless body was discovered. We are following strong leads at this time. We have the full support of all the investigative arm of the force giving full support right now. We are deeply saddened by this. It's really a very horrible scene, and we really extend condolences to the media family at this time, because I know that she's well known in that circle. Initial assessment is suggesting that she was stabbed multiple times to the right side of her neck, and we suspect she was also hit in the forehead.
So she was bludgeoned and she was stabbed multiple times. She was bludgeoned to the head and she was stabbed multiple times to the neck. This is an out-of-hand situation. Our leaders have lost control of the crimes in our country. They no longer have a grip on it. Even though we never believe him, this Prime Minister promised us one of the most fancy protection one could ever hope to have. The Prime Minister said he's going to make sure that we sleep with the windows and our doors open. I'm sure Barbara Gayle wouldn't believe a word the Prime Minister says, because she was not safe in her home. And not just her. Many Jamaicans are not safe in their home because criminals know that they can do it and they can get away with it. Because law enforcement always, for most of the time, does quite a shoddy job.
He was asking questions. Who do you think that I am? And they said, oh, yeah, one of the coffee. Or something else, and something else on the bottom. And he just asked them again.
Hold on a second.
What is it? He was asking questions. Who do you think that I am? And they said, oh, yeah, one of the coffee. Or something else, and something else on the bottom. And he just asked them again.
Hold on there. Somebody said, please note that someone was doing gardening. I can't identify that person. If you're talking about this video, I can't identify anyone doing gardening. Has anyone identified anyone doing gardening from the video? I can't identify anyone, but however, whoever is her last known interaction, then if they have nothing to do with it, then they should want to speak to the police and clear their name. It's a disgrace, because one time the elderly, women and children were protected from these brutality. We cannot say that any much longer. Student among people rushed to hospital following Manchester crash. I think this crash happened yesterday, I think, or the day before. But this is what I was saying to Bobby Montague and Babsy Grange when they talk about the national conversation and the national education to tackle racism. I do believe you're very misguided. Your efforts are very much misplaced. It sounds like a chopping in the background, but we're not seeing anybody. It could be noise from something else reflective in the camera, so we can't take that to be that someone was doing the gardening, because that sound could be anything, for any reason, really. But back to Babsy and what's you call his name? What a wicked man from St. Mary name? Montague. The national conversation we really need to have, and the national education drive we need to have, ought to be centered around road usage or national road usage. That's where we need the education, because more and more we see how much lives we're losing on our roadways. Cousin Myrna, how you doing? We're losing many, many lives on our roadways. As well as the government deal with the roadways issue, we have the debacle when declare a national you know what, even though he hasn't put up adequate amount of money to fund what he declared a national crisis. The truth, though, is we need to have the national conversation about national road usage, because it's getting out of hand. I mean, we don't know when we left we yard, because the road may not come away yard, come kill we, you see, like the gunman. But when we left we yard, you know, it's a battle between the road and the gunman if we get back home, you know. It's a battle between the two. Who may be our demise before we get back home? Is it the gunman or is it the roadway? A lot of our drivers drive recklessly, carelessly. Them tight uniform officer were in a guard room. Them tight uniform officer that is out on street extorting drivers in the name of ticket, albeit that them broke, can't pay them well. They ought to be out there more enforcing the legalities of the roadway rather than extorting the users of the roadway. And that's the problem there, you know. Them now police or road network, they are extorting the users of the road network. And we need to have the national conversation, the national education, put all the little different measures in place, all the little preventative measures in place that would prevent a lot of the loss of life on our roadways. Speed cameras. Speed cameras is a way of controlling the roadway if you don't have the manpower to do it. What about your Jamaica Eye? What about these new fancy dandy readable license plate readable cameras where your friend them are foreign have? Over here, you know, sir, a camera patrol road. You're upon the motorway. I go from one city to another. You're controlled by a speed camera. You verily would really see a highway police, walk upon a highway police. You're controlled by speed limit. And yes, people do violate speed limit, but the speed camera keeps them in check. We can't say we are modernized and we can't say we are technologized, and then we only concerned about technologizing money and we're not technologize the rest of society. That would keep us safe and protect we and elevate we. Speed cameras. Readable light if you can thief 3 trillion, you know. 3 trillion can buy all heap of thing. Andrew Holness. Thiefing Prime Minister. But you don't want people to talk, say, you thief $3 trillion. Yes, Andrew Holness. Global TV is saying, sir, you are a thief. You are a thief. For 9 years, your government have not submitted appropriations account. And then no one come blame Portia Simpson, say, oh, Portia Simpson book weren't in order. We're not talking about Portia Simpson's 3 years or 4 years of book. We're talking about Andrew Holness' 8-9 years of book. Your book haven't been marked for 9 years. Leave the Portia 4 year out of it. What about your 9 or your 8, Prime Minister? Because you want to use somebody else's problem to justify your disastrous failure. If you can thief $3 trillion, Prime Minister, if you remember, you and your wife are trillion and billion and gazillionaire, you know. Wife had developed multi-million-dollar apartment, almost a $1 billion development. Your wife had do pan one plot of land, you know, almost $1 billion development. Your son, Prime Minister, is doing multi-million-dollar development. Picking it with milk still upon your face in the Prime Minister, never walk at the end of life, never lift a rock stone. But he's doing multi-million-dollar development while 3 trillion of Jamaica dollar is missing. Your sister, where our house went into foreclosure, Prime Minister, tell us say you buy the house, no? Tell us that the house, the sister is just a keeper and carer for the Florida house, Prime Minister. And you want us to believe this have nothing to do with you. You cannot provide something that you need to provide to us on an yearly basis, Prime Minister. On an yearly basis, you're meant to provide your appropriations account. This is your second term, Prime Minister. Leave the Portia the battle and slack it tidy and thiefing out of it. We're talking about where you thief, Prime Minister. You can use Portia 4 year of thiefing to justify 3 or 4 year for your 8-9 year of thiefing, Prime Minister. Where you go so? As one of dunce that you think to say because Portia commit 4 year or 3 year of crime, you must commit 9 year of crime. And Jamaica must turn a blind eye to your 9 year of crime because Portia did commit 3 year worth of crime. Does it really make sense, Prime Minister? Ask yourself if that makes sense. We want our money, sir. We want buy speed camera. We want fix we road them. We want buy hospital bed. We want buy X-ray, CT scan, dialysis machine, and everything, MRI, everything we want buy. We want with $3 trillion prime minister. You say it no missing, you know. So that means that you can present with your money, or you can show up on paper what we money spend pan. And back it up with an explanation. Who did, who go on holiday, and who go on retirement, why the appropriations account them. For 2 terms of your government have been present. Remember, say you know. I know, make it up, say dead because of dead people. People were gone a foreign. People were retired. Don't me make it up. Don't go walk and tell lie upon me say, uno say, because dead retiree and foreignee. Make uno no submit appropriation account. It was said by what the liar boy the name for Ministry of Health, the permanent secretary. What the last liar boy we left for the name? Dustin. Wicked liar Dustin said. Because when the 900 billion accounted for a Ministry of Health, before the Janet Calder report, because remember before the Janet Calder report, we were centered on $1.7 trillion. You never hear nobody come out here and them jump rickety and tickety, say no go so no money, no business. But no, when the report revised and we see say a $3 trillion, it not missing. It we just in a backlog with the, which corporation, Andrew Holness and Dunn's favor, any old looking favor. Which corporation you could have failed to present a financial statement for a quarter, never mind for 9-8 years favor? How you think your institution would be able to forecast financially if every year the appropriations account to be submitted is not submitted, but you're allocating budgets every year? You're allocating budget every year, you know. But nobody throughout the year can tell you how we spend with money, where we out of it, where do we do it, how much we spend on kickback, how much we swindle away through foundations, how much we swindle away with friends and with family to keep the way. And you don't think Norman should resign Prime Minister? You and Norman, we are running a court to talk about conflict of interest. We don't know shame. We don't know shame. For say the same thing we want to talk about. It exposed right in front of our face. Because you have Norman a tier 2 government entity, while you have Norman Brown commit your crime at the same time with Estate Bridge Prime Minister. How you work that out? Estate Bridge just drop out of the Prime Minister pocket and drop in his son pocket. It has nothing. Are you aware, Prime Minister, that criminals like you always ask other people to hold them wealth, such as wife, children, girlfriend, mother, father, friends, or whatever? You know, like the woman in your constituency with a bank account in your name, Prime Minister? Yes, them something that we are talking about. But no. Mind, everybody bad mind. Them a take set from poor Andrew. Them a target poor Andrew and nephew. Samuel Tiffin boy come tell we where he got the money from, Prime Minister. Because we don't know your son for do nothing. We don't know your son for do nothing. So if your son a walk around and build multi-million-dollar apartment in our country, Prime Minister, we want to know where your son get the money from. If a poor people pick the prime minister, if you see one of them boy from Tivoli or one of them boy from Flanker, I use them scamming money and I put up property development prime minister, you Mocha, Stoker, and Sissoko, and every roker, I go raid them and them going have to talk where them get the money from our prime minister. Uno all the police them I go extort them for evade justice. And also you know it go, sir? Talk it out if I know so you know it go. Send your thieving boy come out here. Your thieving boy prime minister. Your thieving dunce. Picking it. Born to the ghetto, raised with ghetto mentality, picking a prime minister. Because the same ghetto, you may not have conceded them prime minister and bring them up into the ghetto prime minister, but be sure that ghettoized mentality of the barefoot down Cumberland Road like the thieving goat them a Spanish town, it's how your sons prime minister have become. So far removed from the thieving goats in Spanish town, figuratively but not mentally prime minister, isn't it? Are you still a walk and thief? You run competition with Spanish town, goat them. You run with them for a shopping bag, prime minister. Dishcloth, prime minister. And you want us to come and treat you like tablecloth because you thief your way into the millionaire society? Because you steal your way into the millionaire society. You think that we shouldn't talk about it, we don't have a right to talk about it. And if we respect you, and if we ask you about the things what we miss, then a bad man what we ask for things them more. But we miss with things, Prime Minister. We miss $3 trillion and we see your wife at the development here, so you do development here, so your picking at the development here, so your sister at the development here, so your friend at the development. Where is our $3 trillion? We want for money to develop our country. Same way you're thieving boy, which has never worked a day in his life, Prime Minister. A bill, multi-million-dollar mansion in our country. Multi-million-dollar housing development in our country, Prime Minister. We want with money because we want develop Jamaica for Fiwi and Fiwi picking them too. Remember said Darrell Vaz say them just want 5 more years to fit him picnic. Enjoy for him picking and grand picnic. Enjoy with him. Enjoy in a Jamaica. So they're not asking for one more term to make sure you feel that good economic management. Come sure say, you know, the only way get the $20,000 to buy good economic management. Tell me if the economic management want to buy out of the $20,000 done. Come sure so no eat off that already, you know. No eat off that good economic management already. This Prime Minister talk about corruption. This Prime Minister who refused to sit in Parliament with Portia Simpson because Portia Simpson have a corrupt member of cabinet sitting in the Parliament. Now it's Andrew Holness, it's Royal Reid, it's Leslie Campbell, it's Juliet Holness, it's Dalrymple Filbert, and there's an awful lot more to come. How can Andrew seriously go back on his word, given where his government now sits when it comes to integrity?
we don't feel comfortable sitting in Parliament with a Minister of Government who was openly accepted responsibility, who expresses no regret for the act, where a Commissioner of Parliament has confirmed that the act is corrupt and has referred it for prosecution, and that minister shows no sign of wanting to resign, or the Prime Minister showing no signs of moving to dismiss the minister.
With all the sympathy that one can have for support, this is embarrassing, not only to the government as a party, not only the PNP, but to the government, to Jamaica, to all of us. Our heads bow this morning with this sort of reaction to it.
So we have to take firm actions in this regard. It is a dark day for Jamaica, where the Prime Minister is unwilling or afraid to act against a minister in which the public has lost total confidence and in which the institutions of the society are all agreed that this person does not enjoy their trust or faith and has breached the confidence that the people have placed in them. I believe that this has the potential, if it continues, to bring down the entire government.
To Bob the Grange and to Desmond McKenzie. 10 years ago, you sat next to Andrew Holness in that press conference. 10 years on, you are sitting in Andrew Holness's cabinet. Did that message to the Jamaican people mean anything then? If it meant anything then, what is the changes now? Because for you, Bob the Grange, Desmond McKenzie, and a lot of you who are there before Andrew Holness, who are seniors within the Jamaica Labour Party, are you saying with good faith, Babsy, that standing beside Holness, standing behind Holness, protecting the Prime Minister's criminality and lack of integrity, do you think, Ms. Grange, that you're doing the best for the Jamaica Labour Party? Leave the country out of it, because we don't care. So we now bring the country into the malarkey of it, because it's about a party. Do you think, Ms. Grange, that this steadfast, let the ship sink, let all of us go down on the ship, the sinking ship that Andrew Holness is? Do you think this is the right decision for the life of the Jamaica Labour Party? Do you think this is the right decision, Ms. Grange, for the life of the party in opposition after Andrew Holness? There's going to be an after Andrew Holness, Ms. Grange. I don't know if you're all preparing yourself for that, whether it be before the general election or after the general election. There will be a JLP after Andrew. Do you think the way you all have stood behind Andrew Holness, dark, devious credibility, maligning the country, maligning integrity, how do you think that will go down for the party, Miss Grange? You know, Miss Grange, you're a Spanish Tonian or a whatsoever. You understand the thing. What are you afraid of, Miss Grange? Because as far as I know, you're in the badness long before Andrew Holness. I see I got teach on of it bad, but you're senior in the badness. You mean none of you can tap Andrew on the shoulder and say, pussy, enough of it now. Pardon the expletive. There's nobody to tap him on the shoulder and say you can mash up your integrity, but what you're not going to do is destroy the Jamaica Labour Party. Because you're standing behind Andrew Holness, protecting his dying credibility, a credibility where a weak and divided opposition has shooted 7 to 9% in public electability ratings above Andrew Holness. Do you think, Miss Grange, that you're steadfast behind the Prime Minister is good for the life of the party? Or are you saying, Miss Grange, that after we have gone, we care not about the direction of the party or the life of the party? Because to see you all stood blindly or opened the eye blindly behind the Prime Minister, knowing full well that the Prime Minister has gone over the cliff. It's a matter of when the Prime Minister lands in the precipice. He has already gone over the cliff. Everybody has seen that. But you, the Jamaica Labour Party, is convinced that there's a third term with Andrew Holness. So what you are saying to us? We love thieving, we love hungry, we love hard life, we love crime, we love high price, we love everything. We love the lies, we love the failed promises. You all think that Andrew Holness is going to lead you to a third term. A man who's bogged down by corruption. Since the local government election, Andrew can barely raise his head. Every time Andrew tries to raise his head, another slap down by corruption, by an integrity crisis. It's all falling apart around the Prime Minister. Look at this history of the Prime Minister's cabinet. How much of these people were dropped because of stealing, fraud, and corruption, swindling of the public purse? Leslie, Maricia, Ruel, Grace McLean, there's countless of them, Andrew, and there's so much to be surfaced. We still await pan the other 7 illicit. We don't know how much them bail out of the public coffers. Because we know say you cannot account for millions, Prime Minister. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. You cannot get the chance to govern because every time you try, you're bogged down by corruption. You're bogged down by stealing. If understand, we don't have to call Holness thief. Holness the one we say a thief, the money thief. I am saying to you, Holness, a thief, the money thief. And I'm going to use dummy logic to tell you why a thief, the money thief. Yours is a 9-year scale, but we are going to use a 9-month scale in our dummy run argument. Make it say, Prime Minister, you're going to want partner for 9 months. And you have $200 a month, Prime Minister. And you forget your draw. Whether the first or last draw, it don't matter. But partner done, Prime Minister. Partner run for 9 months, Prime Minister. Partner done, and you can't get your money. Banker can't tell your prime minister where your money there. Where you go to prime minister? You now go walk and talk the banker thief your partner money. Talk to. Talk to prime minister. If you now go walk and talk yourself, you now go walk and call up banker name, say banker thief your partner draw money. So if you can tell me what fill money there, out of the 8 to 9 year of your governance, leave for Portia. When Portia come round, we talk to Portia about fair thieving. We're talking about you're stealing now, Prime Minister. So the partner run, the partner done, and you not get your job. And not thief, the banker thief your money, Prime Minister. The banker can't tell you your £900 where you pay for the 9, your $900 where you pay for the 9 months. Partner done, can't get your job, and banker can't tell you where your money there. Where you are go walk and talk to the Prime Minister. You not go walk and talk to the banker thief your money. So where you have problem if you walk and talk to your thief with money for? Until you can tell where money there. A thief you thief it. Or as Joy would say, grand loss. Me not call it on a nice word because you see corruption, embezzlement, misappropriation, unaccounted for, larceny, grand larceny. No, the all of them are looting and shooting. When I nice it up for done sweet in the ghetto things say a nice word, grand larceny. What is grand larceny? Looting and shooting. It is called looting and shooting, both grand larceny, theft, this. No, it's looting and shooting. When your thief, your pocket full or your bag full, you move on. When you loot and shoot, and where you can't carry your bun down the old bloody shop. It's looting and shooting literally going on in a few country. And you don't want to talk to the Prime Minister. Your thief with money. Well, until you can show we where we money spent on, and I just tell you where it's spent on, show we where it's spent on. We want to see where it's spent on. Not just tell we say it's spent yes, so on to tell we say on buy a bus and Darrell name them, or on buy a police vehicle and Bobby Montague swallow them, and now we want to see what our money was spent on. We don't just want hear, because we know son we go write up things and put it and tell we say because dog eat the receipt. When you have to wait till your dog shit out the piece of plastic with dog name, and then you have to wash it off and paste it back together and find the proof for sure we say I never thief the money thief. But if you try to convince you in a Prime Minister, I never thief the money thief. Just wait, we fix up the receipt. When the dog shit, the dog eat the receipt. When you know, so when dog name plastic, dog shit out back the plastic. So wait till the dog shit and we find the receipt going on. Nothing, why them people take with a fool? The type of fool we want to take with is like we take steroid to boost for with foolness. Because you can't take with a source of fool, Steroid have to add it to fill with foolishness. Make thing to say, anything tell we, it goes off it too. And we feel run with it. And we feel here Dana say, what in one we feel say in a public. Write it, send, come give me Dana. Write it, send, come give me. Write it on your handbag and send it, come give it. But until you write what you want me to talk, say, me a talk, say, the banker run off with my money. The partner done. Me throw partner for 9 months. Partner done. And the banker run off with my money. Isn't that stealing, Prime Minister? The banker can't tell you where your money there when you get draw. Isn't that stealing? And bear in mind, Prime Minister, the banker now come tell you, say, it's because Jane, Joe, and Tom never pay for them partner. Them just can't tell you where your partner money there. Isn't it stealing, Prime Minister? Talk truth. Talk truth if I'm not stealing. Or a fine no can't find where they are now. Wait till we find what we tell them about it. Boy, we're fool. We ban a pipe side, Prime Minister. We ban a cow bush. We ban pan market chuck, Prime Minister. So you know we're not too sensible. We don't get it. We're not with it yet. A stifle, you want to stifle we. You want to keep without, Prime Minister. You want to keep without. You want to open portal pan we. So you carry your obia man from India to come voodoo in Jamaica. No, it not go work. It's not going to work, Prime Minister. You see, once we are aware of what you are doing to us, it can't affect us. So that's why we tell the people them say, beware of the obia man with Andrew can come to Jamaica. Beware of the Indian gozo. If uno want to make these people tell uno things, no go do it. If uno want them go, no, then look at ornament and them obvious thing. For carry on the yard, for tie on down spiritually, for keep on docile, for keep on sleeping. That's the criminal and the crooks can continue to loot and shoot and raid through the public budget. On go and dabble in the obia. Remember what Kevin Simmet do to no? You remember what Kevin Simmet do to no Jamaica people? Because anybody come with the obia and call the name of God, you know. Oh, them a prophet. Oh, them a healer. Oh, them a this. Oh, them. Me not in no God will mind people business and law. Oh, no God deceitful too much. Tell no God say to come talk to it direct and tap the whole heap of backbiting. Oh, no God backbite and care news too much. Why fool no God always in the news carrying? That's why I'm afraid of no God, you know. I'm afraid that anything won't talk because I be a news carrying on their pan. I mean, I want the second-hand news. If God have something to tell me, and him have to tell Satan this type of come, me don't want to hear. Me don't want to hear. Because me have ears too. And me have brain. Because God talk to you in English. Because the Ray Baba and the KB Paba, me not hear no translate yet. So when God talk to you, God talk to you in English. Because not translate the word of God. When God talk in the Rebo Shaka and the Mayo Shata languages. You know, yet to translate that to us. So the go on with the news carrying. Go on with the news carrying. Hold on our demons. Hold on our marine spirit. Because I hope a marine spirit that's on TikTok to you know. A whole heap of marine spirit. That's on TikTok a call upon the name of God. Wanna be careful of them. Be careful of these demons that walk amongst us. Be careful of these power-hungry people that walk amongst us in the name of God. That's walk and stick up their ears to heaven or stick up their ears in the shadow for the ghost talk to them. Tell Duppy say me can read Kakafat and Keke too. So if Duppy talk to no, tell the Duppy say all of we get same portion of hearing. Every minute we don't false Duppy them. Every minute we don't all heap of false Duppy. And the more you come on and pray for we, the more you come on and put on a hand pan we, the more destruction take we. And the more bloodshed run in our island. And the more corruption in our island. are the more church priests and pastors rape children, young boys and young girls. In our country, are the most pastor over gully a sexual abuse madman. I don't want to hear from God to come tell me. Tell me, say what? Hmm? Tell God to done with the news carrying now. The whole of we can hear. All if we can read, we can understand. Hmm? All when we can read, we understand. Every minute we hold on to come with a destructive, disastrous behavior. Hmm? Every minute we don't come with a destructive, disastrous behavior. If God I walk and talk to mankind, make him talk to the whole of it, why God create someone special? Hmm? Why someone special to God? That's gonna have to be God mouthpiece. But uno who God mouthpiece, nobody evil like uno when light turn off. Nobody money grabbing like uno out of poor people hand. Why God not telling us if it come out of poor people pocket? Huh? Everything else God walk and tell you now. Not once has he said to you all, enough of robbing from the poor. Enough of scamming poor people. Why God not see them something there? Hmm? Why God don't speak to the murderers? We really take with a fool. Isn't it time to withdraw this Eurocentric bullshit and look into itself with the power what we create with and stop make these spiritual vampires who call themselves ministers, pastors, priests, prophets, and all the criminals that they can come at. Right now, the Church of England, Anglican Church, has been left in tatters because Justin Welby had to step down because of covering up abuse. The person who them choose have to step aside because they found out he was covering up abuse too. It's a string of covering up abuse of children in the clergy. Why God don't see them something there? Why God blind to them something there? But still yet God has sent out those same demons to come give me a message. Me not in the news carrying. If you can't talk to me, leave me out of it. Me not in the second-hand news. The second-hand news and the robbery. That is what the church them keep doing to it in the name of God. Since COVID, them don't need church anymore. Them just need a phone and a social media page. And they can prophesy globally. And them can spread their spiritual disaster, their marine spirit, their dark entities. Beware of those who come to you in the name of God. Beware of false prophet. If God cannot speak to you, you should question it. If God can only speak to those who portray demonic behavior in front of us to get a message through to me, something wrong with me. Don't get wrapped up in the Prime Minister Indian Guzu. That me I tell you now. So them I walk and talk about monkey farting achievement where they can tell the world what is it they're talking about. They can only talk. But Prime Minister, we want back our money. You could have cried, you could have rolled in a dot, throw the ice cream down on the ground, Prime Minister. Throw the lollipop in the river, stamp over the ice cream cone. We still need to know what we $3 trillion there. Dirty Kenneth Richards If I attack Kenneth Richards for something, but me forget our thief in Father Ken. When me remember, me will come back to you, because you know you're a thief and you're adulterer. You barely can lift yourself out of Miss Blissett drawers or Miss Blissett's pocket, Holy Father Ken. Wait till I remember where I want to attack you about Drunkro. Drunkro at the altar. Peelhead Drunkro, Father Ken, at the altar. That Father Ken in a property development, you know. Father Ken and Andrew Holness are friends. Are you aware of that? Father Ken and Andrew Holness them par. Father Ken and labor right. You know, so Father Ken in a property development, ask Father Ken when you get the land where man develop the property them pan. Dirty Stephen Father Ken. Yes, that Father Ken at Stella Maris. That same demon. That same thief. That same criminal. That same adulterer have his head stuck in Miss Blissett's drawers while his hands is in Miss Blissett's pocket. Tell me, stay alive, me I tell Father Ken. I dare you to come sue me. Like me could trash it out upon the witness stand, Father Ken. But wait till I remember the new attack we have for you, criminal. Criminal Kenneth Richards, Holy Father of Stella Maris. Wait till I remember where I want to attack you about Drunkro, because you're a thief and you ought to be called out. You're a criminal. You're an adulterer. You're a fornicator, dirty thief in Father Ken. The Stella Maris Archbishop. Wait till I remember where they will attack you about. Anyway, thank you all very much for being here this morning on the Global Television Group. Dylan Stewart. Cousin Babli Wagwan. Wagwan, cousin. Join us right back here this evening for the people's point of view. Because this, our country, we're not going to let Holness and him friend them destroy the country. Not 1 second. We're going to continue to call them out. We're going to continue to call for our money. We want back the money. We have a whole heap of things to buy. $3 trillion can do a lot for our health care. Look upon this, you thief $3 trillion Prime Minister, and you could only give $50 billion to our roadway that you declare as a national emergency. And you don't have money for buy a bed. Doctor come from America where they for the operation, and because he said Buster Manti broke down, popped down, and mashed down, them couldn't do the surgery because the theater them there is just a museum of old things. They're not really working. Of 5 theaters, Prime Minister, 2.5 are work. How you get half a theater for work, sir? Ask Dr. Tufton, because you are the minister for everything, you know. Minister Haas dead and cow fat because you walk and talk for everybody in your government. And yet still them not to say it's time to move you. But they will be going down with you because a whole heap of them will not be returned to Parliament after the next general election. Thank you and good morning, good afternoon from the Global Television Group.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.